Hi guys and welcome back. Today I want to share with you 6 different things that are affecting the price and the future of Ethereum just after the successful merge. Because yes, it was good, but this is something that is happening that you probably don't know, and I will be sharing with you the 6 most important things to know. Okay guys, let's start immediately. Let me say that this channel is not about financial advice, but we are here just to do educational content. So act accordingly, and guys, don't forget to check all our links into the comment section and into the description below, where you can find our weekly newsletter, Twitter, and so on. And if you like this content, if you're enjoying it, don't forget to leave us a big thumbs up and drop a comment. It really means a lot for us and really can help us to spread this content to other people. Let's start. First of all, this is a news that is coming from sentiment that is really important, and it is talking about centralization of Ethereum. Because as you know, with proof of work, Ethereum was famous to be one of the most decentralized blockchain. After the merge, something has changed because it looks like that only 2 players are controlling something like 46% of the whole proof of stakes nodes for storing data and so on. And that's quite a lot. The point is, it is something that we should be worried about or not. First of all, we have to remember that these 2 players are Lido and Coinbase, if I'm not wrong. The point is that the reason why they are having so much power is because many people are delegating their ETH to them. So if from one side it's true that only 2 players are having so much power, on the other side, it also means that in any moment, people can simply decide to change the validator. So in that case, maybe we could reach more decentralization. So it looks like that we have 2 different layers of decentralization. First one, the people that are the users that are owning the token of Ethereum, that are delegating their tokens. These people are much more decentralized than previously. Previously, in order to participate to the validation process, it was necessary to have some kind of computational power to process the transaction into a proof of work system. Right now, the only fact that you are holding, that you have some ETH, gives you the opportunity to participate to the process. On the other side, it also means that if previously there were a lot of people, a lot of a group that had their own infrastructure just to participate to the process of a validation, right now, at least in this moment, because I suppose that in the future it will be much more easy. And don't forget also that into the process of the next different phases of Ethereum, there will be ones that will make it more easy to create a node and start validating transactions. And that's a step that is really important. Also, Vitalik has talked about that, and we can expect that in the future, this kind of situation where the 40% is controlled just by 2 players will not happen anymore. In any case, that's absolutely true that right now, the second layer, so if the first layer is that each of us is able to participate and to receive their own fees, collecting fees from the process of validating transactions. On the other side, it's also true that only a few players are controlling this game. So as you can see, there are pros and there are cons. Let's go on, because about centralization and decentralization, there is a big news that has just come out the other day, and it is regarding fura. As you probably know, in the moment when you are using a wallet, like for example MetaMask, you are thinking that maybe you are using a decentralized system. The reality is that there are some kind of applications, some kind of bridges that are connecting the wallet to the blockchain. And one of them is fura. Fura is one of the most important, the main one. The point is that fura is a centralized company. So it means that even if you're using a decentralized tool and you are thinking to use a blockchain that should be decentralized, the reality is that you are just using a centralized company like fura. So the news, as you can see from this tweet, we are proud and excited to announce that fura plans to launch a new decentralized infrastructure network. So that's something that is really important, because if they will go decentralized, also the whole ecosystem, the whole wallets and applications that are using in Fura will get much more decentralization. So this is a factor that will help a lot decentralize the whole infrastructure. Going on, there is a good news also into the price. I know that the price is jumping and it could be something like ridiculous to say that there is a good news. But the good news is that there is not anymore a backwardation. What does it mean? It means that, I don't know if you were remembering, but a couple of days ago we were talking about that the future price was lower than the spot price. The main reasons were related to the airdrop that was coming for people that were holding the Ethereum token into their wallet in the moment of the merge. And right now, as you can see, this is the perpetual price, and this is the spot price. As you can see, the price is really close, or in some moment could be slightly higher, the perpetual ones. That's something that is really important because it means that we don't have anymore the backwardation, or at least the gap has been fulfilled almost at all. Going on and talking about the reason why we had this kind of backwardation, I'm talking about the backwardation just to clarify, is that many times it's just a sign that in the next future there will be a dump. The dump is happening and it is fulfilling this kind of gap. Going on, let's talk about the airdrop, because I don't know if you claim that, but for example, if you had your MetaMask account or your wallet with Ethereum, you can claim it quite easily. All you have to do is just add this information into your wallet. This is the network of ETH proof of work, and you will see directly into your wallet that you already have this Ethereum proof of work tokens into your wallet. Some wallet could work slightly different. For example, Exodus, it is having its own procedure just to add this token, and you have to follow the procedure that is used in order to get default tokens. In any case, if you're wondering that if it is worth it or not, the reality is that right now the price of ETH proof of work is just $5. Just to give you an idea, this is the chart, and as you can see, it has started from around $10, $13 and it has gone down to 3, and right now we are back to 5. What does it mean? It simply means that if you had one Ethereum, this airdrop has a value right now at this price of something like 0.3% for free. It's a lot, it's not. I can say that it really depends how much money do you have in Ethereum and so on. Personally speaking, if you had just a small amount of money, just a couple of 10,000 and so on, probably doing the whole procedure, because for example, you can move from your wallet, you can deposit on Bybit, for example. It is not even requiring you any kind of KYC. You can simply deposit your ETHW into Bybit and you can trade them against USDT, for example. But just be aware that real yield is just 0.3% at the moment. I want to share with you another thing that is regarding a couple of metrics that you can be interested to know about ETH and merge. Here, for example, from Nansen, don't worry, I will share also all the links into the description below so you can check them by yourself. You can see the average participation into the network and another couple of metrics. Plus, for example, on Ultrasound Money, you can check also how the supply is changing and other different metrics that are going on right now. I want to stop just for a second talking about the supply, because there has been a lot of chat if Ethereum will become deflationary or not. As you can see right now, it is still inflationary, and with an inflation that is around 0.22% right now. Why? For the simple reason that right now there are not so many transactions. So the amount of ETH that is burned right now, it is really a tiny amount. So it means that the rewards that are paid to stakers are higher than the amount of ETH that are burned into this system. So pay attention to that. We are not yet deflationary, even if the inflation has reduced drastically. You can use also this button here to compare the proof of work to the proof of stake. Right now, as you can see, previously we had an inflation that was 3.81%. Right now we have just 0.22, so it means that it's much lower. It means also that the price will increase just to compensate a lower inflation. Yeah, maybe, but in the long term. The kind of effect of this kind of actions is not something that you will see just in a week, in a month, and so on. The effect of this kind of changes into the supply, it is something that requires time to see and to show their effect. So pay attention to that. Another thing that is really important to remember is that right now also the staking rewards has increased. As you can see right now, we are around 4.6%, and it is quite higher than the 3% that we were just a couple of weeks before. The reason is that if previously many rewards were going to miners, right now all the rewards are going to people that are staking. That's the reason why the amount of rewards is increasing. Pay attention that the amount of rewards is fixed, is capped. It also means that if more people are staking their ETH into the system, also the APR will go down. So that's something that you should take in account. Just to close, I want to share also two different things that are quite interesting. First of all, as you can see, Aave is finally getting a normal APR, APY on ETH, because I don't know if you were remembering, but there has been a moment when the APY on ETH was simply skyrocketing because so many people were simply using a strategy in order to borrow ETH and at the same time receiving the airdrop, selling it, closing the position, and taking the profit. And obviously this kind of strategy has been become quite costly during the time. Another thing that is really interesting is that, as you can see here, look at this. This is the open interest on ETH. And if you compare it to the open interest on Bitcoin, because this is from Bitcoin, you will see that if on Bitcoin we didn't have this kind of big spike, on ETH it happened. We had this kind of big spike. And this is a big difference that we should take in account when we consider the price of ETH. That's also the reason why if we just check the chart, you will see that even if we had this dump right now in the last couple of days, we are still much higher than the previous low, while Bitcoin is still almost at the same level. And that's something to take in account because right now, the open interest on ETH is much higher than what it was previously. What does it mean? Simply that the volatility into the price of ETH could be still really high, or at least until we don't get back to a new normality. Maybe it could be with an open interest that will be lower, maybe it could stay at this level, but what is sure is that after this kind of spikes, we have to find a new normality. And in the moment when we will get it, we will also be able to understand how the price will move. Right now, expect a lot of volatility, and don't forget that this week we will have also the Fed that will announce the new interest rate, and this can affect a lot also the price of ETH and so on. Guys, let me know what do you know about ETH, what do you think about the future of ETH, if decentralization it is something that is concerning you, if the supply will start and when to go down, and what we can expect from the price of ETH. Guys, thank you for following. Don't forget to leave us a big thumbs up and drop a comment, and I will see you soon with another video. Bye guys.